Now the Luos here in Kenya are a hybrid lot.
What?
The Luos here in Kenya are a hybrid. The first group that came here and landed at Gotramogi 800 years ago are called the Joke people. The joke. The joke people came from Acholi. There they're called the Pajok. They live in the border between Uganda and South Sudan, a place called Nimule. Some of them are in South Sudan, some of them in Uganda. The Pajok. That's the group that came together and were led by one Ramogi, and they came and settled in that hill where we are going to go, Gotramogi. That's the first settlement of the Luo in Kenya, over 800 years ago. They went up there, and tomorrow visitors will be able to see the shrine. There's a place where they settled, their home, Dala. There's a house there, Odd. Then several houses of wives there are there. You have recreated them. There's also Dual of Ramogi. And then there is a Cool, where they were keeping cattle. Then there's also Rapogi. Rapogi is a big rock where they used to sharpen their spears and arrows when they were going to war. Then there is also Pong, a grinding stone that they used to grind millet and other grains. And there is also Loch. This Loch was where they were hitching cows. It was put on the ground, but it grew up and became a big tree. It is there up to today. There's also Soko, where they used to get water, fresh water. It's there, that's Soko up to today. The Virgin Maria people go to baptize people there up to now. So all that is there is a big history of the Luo people. That's why we said we are making Ramogi Hill a shrine of the Luo. There's now a hut which is called Siaya. And the hut which is called Kisumo. And the hut is called Homa Bay. Another one is called Migori. Symbolic to the clans here, there. Now the Joke people, today in present day Luo, Joke, are, you need to know that when the population grew up, they started now to move out. Hey, Hello? Niendelee. When the population grew, they started migrating. And they migrated, and this place here, Miguena, became the dispersal point. But the first to move out of the Gotramogi was Alego. Alego Mawuramogi. Is the one who moved from Gotramogi first and crossed the River Yala into present-day Alego. Now, today, in the present-day Alego, the descendants of Alego himself are three clans. The Jokanyinek, Seje, Mabuda Alego Maduong, and Dengi. Those are the descendants of Alego. The rest are actually settlers. Then it took 250 years before the second group of migrants came. 250 years. When the second lot came, this one came from the Padola. The Owin brother of Padola, came with these people through the normal migration corridor, Samia, Bugwe, into Bunyala. And then after a while, they crossed the River Nzoia. they came and found the Alego people there. Already Serge, the son of Alego, the eldest son, was crowned as the chief. Serge was the king of the Alego clans there. But when they came, they said, we cannot be ruled by another king because Oweny had already been made a king in Manyala. So they deposed Serge, and Oweny took over. And Oweny now became the king and began to torture the Alego people, Lord Oweny. The Oweny clan today in Alego are the Kogelo, the Kaluo, the Karuoth, the Moor, there's other people around here, Karapul. Then in Imbo, you have them, Jo Kadimo, Jokowil, Munyajira. And they are the ones who are also there in a symbol called Kanyigoro. And there's also the Waundu in Sadoka. The Jok people are Asunda Lego, the others are Oyua Nyakaj, others are Owidi and Rombo Kisumo, Nikal Seme, Rachuanyo, and Chuanya, Karunguka Dame, and Kaboch and Kanyamua in South Nyanza. Those are the Jok people. The third wave of migrants came from the Aluru, who are from the West Nile and Eastern DRC. They are called the Jokomolo. There they are called the Paimol. Here they are called Jokomolo. They came 100 years later and followed the same migration corridor. And then when they came over Nzoia, they found when Oweny was ruling those Alego people very ruthlessly. They teamed up with the Alego people and with deposed Oweny, and Serge became the leader again. The Molo people. Their first settlement is a Lego place called Boro. This Molo group here, you find them in Ugenya, majority Kager, Jokapuny, Jokateg, Jokboro, and so on. And in game, we call them Jokojuodi and Kwenda. On the other side, they are called Joka Gochia, Jokanyada, and Jokagan, who are Jokakan in Alego this side. That is the Molo group. Okay? The fourth group, all this group also went to Gotramogi first. The fourth group and the last group are called the Wanga. Wanga came from the Padola also. And then they moved Wanga. If you go to Bunyala there's a hill called Wanga Hill, God Wanga. And from there, they moved and passed through Alego and went all the way to a place called Tiriki. They settled there for a while. There was Nyadundo, Owanga, and Owila. Nyadundo remained there. The people we call the Tiriki, if you ask them, their ancestors called Nyadundo. Owanga moved to Matungu, where he subdued the people he found there and became the king, Nabongo. The first and the Wanga. And then they were there with Owila. Owila, when you told him something funny, he would laugh at you and say, Joyoma kabisa. Joyoma inya. That is where the word Oyoma came from. Then Wanga had a wife called Sakwa. And with that, Sakwa gave birth to a son called Matar. Now, Owila people moved from when there was pressure on land, population had grown. The Owila people moved back to Luoland and settled in Alego. Their settlement there is called Uyoma up to today, near a place called Kobare. That is their settlement. Then Matar people came and followed them and found them there. They settled there. There another person called Lay had come on his own from Asoriland and joined them there. This Lay, there in a Cholaland they called the Palais. The Palais came and joined. Lay had a girl who was grown up, Amolo Nyale, whom Awila married. And that is the origin of the Oyoma people, Jokamolo, Jokatwenga, Jokabudha, Jokobong. And that's why for a long time they did not used to marry with a simple Kalei. Jokabondo, Jokakia, Jokonyango, Jokochieng, and so on. So that now gives you the meaning of the Luo, the diaspora. I mean the mixture. The last ones are the Suba. The Suba came from Buganda, the original settlers. They are called Abakunta, who came there, killed a king there called Kabaka Junju. And now the Kabaka's carriers were chasing them. They ran to the lake, they went first to Busoga, then eventually they ended up in Fangano Island. And then they came ashore. They were mostly men looking for girls. The Luos told them, if you want to marry our girls, you must remove 6 lower teeth first. Wakasema ati kama nikitoa meno 6 peke yake napata bibi, toa mara moja. Wakatoa meno 6 na wakapata wasichana. So but you see, these people came from Buganda royal family, and you need to know that Buganda royal family was originally of Luo origin. The Kabakas were actually Luos. I'm saying this, Ugandans will confirm, even Museveni will confirm to you when he comes. This story I'm telling you. So although they were speaking Kibantu, but for a long time in Kibaka's court, they were Luo speaking. But then because they were living with so many Bantus, they lost their tongue. And they need there. Therefore, I'm saying that although they were coming here, they were not real strangers. The Suba group. And the Subas, of course, some came from Tanzania, some came from Ukerewe Island, and so on and so forth. So all that I'm trying to say in a short is that the Luo group here is a hybrid, a mixture of the Acholi, the Padola, the Aluru, and the Baganda, which are here. This is Tanganyika, in short. But what I'm trying to emphasize here is that the Luo unity is why they have managed to survive and live up to today. Most of these places where they're now settled were occupied by other people. And they pushed these people, and then they occupied the land around here, but very peacefully. This is very important. Now, there are cultures of our people which are important for children to know and understand. This is what creates a nation. So he's saying that in this country we have got communities with different cultures. We say that diversity is our richness, unity in diversity. So in celebrating this thing here, does not mean that we now want to discriminate against the Luhias. We have lived with the Luhias for a long time peacefully. They have, for example, the Maragoli Cultural Festival every year, which is fine. The Kisi, the Kuria, the Nandi, the Kipsigis and so on, we live together peacefully. So what we're trying to do here is not exclusive. We're not trying to discriminate against any other community. We just want our people to understand our culture, and it is important. And also to participate also in business and also in other activities that make life bearable for communities.
This is Legrand from Simple Generations.